The boy fell asleep during the evening class, and upon waking up and rubbing his eyes, he felt weird, like something was wrong, so he quickly stood up and quietly walked over to the front. All the other students were busy studying and paid him no attention until he reached the light switch and turned them off. Everyone screamed in shock, and this immediately woke him up to reality, so he quickly switched the lights back on and calmly went back to his desk as a student handed the teacher some water for his nerves, and it turns out the student always turned off the lights before sleeping. This girl suddenly got stuck in traffic while driving home to her mother. That's when she noticed a little dirt road on the side with no cars and decided to drive there. But when everyone else in traffic saw her, they immediately drove after her, thinking she found a shortcut from all the other cars. But what they didn't know was that the road really just led straight to her own driveway. And when she looked back and realized everyone else had followed her, there was nothing she could do. Her mom was looking forward to seeing her daughter, but when she glanced at the road, she couldn't believe her eyes as hundreds of cars sped down the narrow road right after her daughter.
A woman was mopping the floor when her husband came home early from work. The poor guy didn't suspect anything. Then he accidentally stepped on the part that wasn't dry yet. She got furious, thinking he didn't respect her effort. As a result, she ended up killing her husband. However, when the host asked the police if the woman had already been arrested, the officers gave a surprising response.
Has the woman already been arrested? Not yet. We're waiting for the floor to dry.
One day, the teacher walked into the classroom and noticed that the boys in the class had long hair. So he strictly instructed them, "When you go home today after school, you must all get your hair cut as short as mine. I will personally inspect it tomorrow." After school, the students told their parents exactly what the teacher had said. One mother asked her child with a look of surprise, "Are you sure you want to get a haircut just like your teachers?" The child nodded silently, his eyes filled with helplessness. As a result, early the next morning, the teacher was stunned by the scene as soon as he stepped into the classroom. He saw that all the boys in the class were wearing hats. Filled with doubt, he said, "Everyone, take your hats off."
The reporter was doing a story on a huge hurricane when suddenly two strangers walked up on camera going against the strong wind. But when the reporter finally turned around, she saw that the wind was making one of the guys fly up into the air like he had superpowers. He screamed in excitement, thinking he had just conquered gravity. But that's when Newton snapped back and the man immediately came flying down right back to Earth. One day, the teacher walks in ready to talk about gas pressure. One problem, he completely forgot to bring any equipment for a demo. He's standing there like, "Just use your imagination, guys." But what nobody realized, the demonstration was already in the room, just waiting for the perfect moment. Suddenly, a random bottle in the back decides it's had enough. The pressure hits main character levels, and the bottle's cap went flying in the air, and then it landed perfectly on a student's head.